Today on Soul Cync, I am so excited to welcome an artist whose voice gives unapologetic truth and raw emotion. From breaking out with her viral anthem, Nothing on Me, to setting trends with tracks like I'm a Dog and Options.
Let's go! Ain't nobody got it like me. Did you forget that?
She's not just an artist, but a creative force. Singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, and an absolute inspiration to anyone stepping into their power. With millions of streams and a loyal fan base that stand by her no matter how much time passes, her music is more than art, it is a movement. But beyond all her accomplishments and titles, she is such an amazing mom. Toni Romiti, welcome to the show.
That was so nice, Shania.
I took my time with it.
Thank you. That's really
she's
nice.
She's so amazing.
Thank you. And also, too, I told you yesterday I'm not the best at taking compliments, so thank you.
You do be really fast. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Next.
yeah. So
thank
what's
you.
going on? The thing that we were talking about? Yeah, I have a hard time. I don't know why. I think I need to like really sit and think about why. I don't know. Maybe
because
it's
you
like
give
my
compliments.
imposter. Maybe it's my imposter syndrome. Like maybe I feel like I'm not worthy, but like I don't know.
Okay, let's talk about this because I've heard in other interviews, and then you like have little snippets in your songs, but then it's like everything about you exudes so much confidence.
Yeah.
So what is this?
I mask it well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I just mask it well. But when I was younger, I was very shy.
Really?
Yeah, I was really
like
shy.
what kind of shy? Like don't want to be on
ask
camera
me to sing, like I would turn my back.
and then sing like
Yeah, with my back turned.
Seriously?
Like that's like a story that like some people have of me when I played basketball, like in Chicago. Like, oh yeah, little Toni, she used to be singing. We used to make her sing. She used to turn around. She used to be too scared. Like,
For how long did that go on for?
For a while. I mean, I think I got traumatized. I sang the national anthem when I was in 5th grade. I would never sing the national anthem as an adult ever. That song is way too fucking hard. And I swear to God, hell no. Can I curse? Sorry.
Yeah, you can.
But yeah, like in 5th grade, I sang the national anthem. And I had like my first time having like an outer body experience. And I have those still now when I perform if I'm really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I coped with it when I was younger, like performing by drinking alcohol. Like when I was nervous, I would just like drink really quick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in 5th grade, I did the national anthem and I had like an outer body experience and I didn't feel like I was controlling myself. Like I felt like I was watching myself sing and I could hear in my voice the nervousness. Like it wasn't my vibrato. I was like, you know when someone sounds like they're about to cry?
Yeah, like shaky.
That's what it sounded like. And I had practiced so much. So for it to happen like that, I was really embarrassed. And everybody was just kind of like, great job, Toni. But like I've always been kind of just competitive and like I wouldn't say an overachiever, but things that I wanted to be good at, I wanted to be really fucking good at.
Yeah.
So I felt really embarrassed. Like I felt like I just sounded bad and people were just being nice to me to pity me.
Don't lie to me.
Yeah, and I was just like, and it just traumatized me a little bit. So after that, I was like, I don't want to really sing in front of people. So I just got really nervous. And then even like, I was voted to be in the what is it called? Like student council.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like my student council representative when I was in 5th grade, and we had this like workshop that I went to at the other middle school in our park district, basically. And there was an older boy there that like said something, and I can't remember what he said like verbatim, but he was basically saying like everybody else is shy too, like just go with it, like type of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it changed my whole perspective. And that's when I started to be a little bit more outgoing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was always like shy, but just kind of doing it anyway. And I still feel that way a lot. Like a lot of people think I talk a lot because I talk a lot, but I'm actually talking a lot because I'm nervous.
Really?
And I'm trying to fill the void of the awkward silence.
Yeah, you can't tell.
Yeah, it's like, see, I'm like, can't even swallow. I'm like doing like.
You're not nervous right now, are you?
I'm sweating, yes.
What?
Yes.
Yes, you would be able to tell. How long have you been singing?
I found out that I could sing probably at like 6 years old.
Okay. Because I'm just bridging like the gap of like from when you started to even all the way up to 5th grade, and you're saying that you still feel it. And then it just gets easier.
The last like 8 shows that I've done, I was 100% sober, and that's my first time like doing that in my life. Yeah, like the first time I ever performed more than in front of 50 people, I had opened up for M.A.S.E.Behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, M.A.S.E.Behavior. And it was at Chicago Theater, and it was probably like 2,000 people there. I mean, Chicago State University.
Uh-huh.
And it was like probably 2,000 people there, and it was like literally 9-year-olds, like little kids. I'm in the back taking shots of Ciroc to perform in front of 9-year-olds. No joke. Like, I was that nervous.
How did it go?
Amazing. It was my first
good.
time hearing more than 50 people sing my song at the same time.
And then what did
really
that
cool.
do for your confidence? Was it like, okay, I could do another one?
Well, it gave me a high, it gave me a rush, but I still wasn't ready to do it sober. Like, I was nervous still.
Yeah.
I still felt like I needed to take that edge off. And also too, I feel like I'm naturally more what people deem masculine, and then like I was never really the girly girl growing up. So when it comes to like my stage presence or like what I feel like I should be doing as a girl, I feel awkward because I'm like, I'm not about to give you a fucking A count and like, you know, throw this ass in a circle. Like, I can do it a little bit, but like that's not what, and I'm not giving that type of sex appeal. So I would just overthink it. Like, I would just be like, I don't know what the fuck I'm finna. I'm about to be up there like Chief Keef. I used to be on a bitch. I used to be like, call in your phone. Like, literally.
Yeah,
so,
I love
and I still do that. Like, I still haven't really changed in that way. I've just embraced that's who I am, and I'm not trying to like fit into this box of femininity or whatever people want to try to call it.
But it wasn't always that easy.
It wasn't. Yeah, I used to be like nervous as fuck. And then also too, my sister Tina, I told you, she's like the biggest girly girl. She used to be sitting there like when we shot my first music video, I was like doing shit like this, and she was just like, what are you doing? And she was like, you need to like sway your hips. Like, she was like trying to show me, and I was like,
yeah, it's
like
not
bang
gonna
bang nigga. No, I don't know. But it was just, yeah, it was just, I was just awkward and I felt awkward. And I think because I'm so hyper aware, I'm thinking about everything and like thinking about what other people are thinking. But now that I'm older, I've realized that it's just my ego, and I've like learned to quiet it. Because that's something that I try to tell people, the best way that I feel like I describe what your ego is. It's what you think other people think about you.
Right.
So it's not actually what other people think. It's what you think, and then you project that onto them. Like, if you go somewhere and you're like, everybody thinks I'm awkward. It's like, no, you went in there being awkward, so then therefore everybody treated you awkwardly because that's how you were acting towards everyone else.
No, literally.
You were just projecting that because you were scared.
Right.
So I don't know. I just try not to think about it as much anymore.
Do you feel like
I
that
just went
was...
off on a crazy tangent, sorry.
No, you're good. I love it. Do you feel like, though, the issue was more of your ego and you getting in your own head, or did people, like, reading comments or, like, the feedback, like, was there a lot of people saying, like, you need to be more feminine, or she's such a tomboy? Like, did that
was
mess
always
with you,
yeah.
too?
I mean, yeah, that annoyed me a little bit when I was younger, especially, too, just people always, like, telling me that I was a lesbian. It's like, for me, it's not that I don't care. You can think I'm a lesbian, but if I tell you that I'm not, don't
like,
try to tell me, like, you just never do. You know, it's just like, what?
Yeah.
No, I know what I like. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
So for me to say that I don't like it, and then for you to still try to tell me that you know who I am based on how I express my gender, whatever you try to, whatever we want to call all this shit, you know? So,
Yeah.
it would just kind of annoy me because it's just like that kind of shit used to bother me. But now that I'm older, I don't care as much.
And, like, you're in a public relationship. Like, do people still try it?
Even when I announced my pregnancy, when I posted my photos, it was like a few viral kind of things on Facebook, people reposting it, being like, I thought this bitch was gay. You know, like, I thought this bitch was a lesbian.
No,
yeah.
seriously?
And people still, like, comment on my stuff on TikTok. When I go on TikTok live a lot, when I'm just, like, in my, you know, bun in my hair, and I'm just, like, chilling. And I'm not gonna lie, I know I give tomboy vibes. And it's, like, to me, I don't even... Like, I'm not oblivious to the fact that a lot of women who do act like me, dress like me, whatever, are bisexual. They do fuck with girls. Right. So I understand why people are making that assumption. Because, shit, when I see a super feminine guy, I'm like, zesty. I'm like, maybe, like, you know? Like, I think about it, too. So, I just don't really, like, try to let people put me in that big of a box anymore. I just feel like I'm going to be the representation for the tomboys. I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever.
No, seriously. And then it's like, with having a daughter, what is Lily like? Is she more of a tomboy? Because she just wants to be just like you. Or is she a girly girl?
She's both, honestly. Like, I feel like when it comes to Lily, I feel like because Jaecob is really into cars, he's been putting her onto car stuff. Like, she has Hot Wheels. She has like probably 50 different little Hot Wheels cars. She knows Porsche. She knows when we get into, like, when Jaecob takes the car and she's like, Daddy took our X6. Like, she knows like what they are.
She's so smart.
And it's like, so from that perspective, you know, stereotypically that's more of a boys thing, but she's into that. But even like her friend Malia, whose house she's at right now, she's really girly. Like, she loves all the princess stuff. She's all into that kind of stuff. And when Lily sees stuff like that at the store, she's like, let's get this from Malia. She's going to love this.
Aww.
So it's like, there's certain things that she gravitates towards and doesn't, like stereotypical. But I would say she's like
her typical style.
Yeah, like she's competitive. She likes girly stuff. She loves when I do her hair. She loves getting her hair done. Like she's a good balance. Like I think she's fairly balanced with all the stereotypical gender stuff.
With being a tomboy and like, I guess being like more masculine, how is that balance with like, because I mean you and Jacob are doing a great job, but like how do you guys do that with parenting? Like how is he too, since he's like,
well, I feel like Jacob is like the opposite of me a little bit. Like I feel like he's a guy who's really pretty, who people can associate with him being like kind of gay.
Do people say that too?
Yeah, especially when he was younger. I would say probably
just
less
because
now.
he's good looking.
I just feel like pretty boys kind of get that rep a little bit.
But he doesn't give zesty. He doesn't give none of
He doesn't. When
that
you get to know
at all.
him.
No, even right off bat.
Yeah, no, of course not. Baby, you're not zesty at
all.
Like, I think like he, in the other sense I'll say too, is like the way that Jacob is when it comes to just like how he is. Like I said, he's not the type of person who is like super conformed to gender roles. You know, like he's not equating his masculinity to things that he, you know.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like in that regard, he's more fluid. Like he's not so strict and rigid and being like, I'm a man. It's what a man's supposed to do. I'm a man. Like he's not like that. So I feel like in that regard, we're balanced. We have a lot of balance in that way.
How is parenting now with just like how things are with just sexuality being such a thing now?
Stop. Don't say that to me. I don't want to talk about that shit.
Okay.
I don't know. We love gay people. No, I'm just kidding. I think
no, but with Lily, because she's so smart and
I'll
she
be honest
absorbs
about how I feel about everything. I think that at the end of the day, like kids are gonna be who they are regardless. Like that's just, you just have to nurture that, and I'm gonna support my kids do whatever they want to do. Yeah, I mean that's about it for me. I don't, as far as like sexuality and all that stuff goes. I don't think that it's inappropriate for children to see same-sex couples. But I do think that like sexual sexual underlying things I think can be a little bit because I don't think that children should be watching anything sexual. Right. So it's not. It doesn't matter if it's girl. It doesn't matter if it's same-sex couples or not. I don't think that kids should be seeing anything sexual at a young age anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I think like people are gonna be how they're gonna be. Right. You know, like.
How has parenting changed you?
I'm definitely more patient. Less selfish. I was really selfish when I was younger. I had really bad FOMO. Like,
what do you mean?
I was going out every weekend, and my sisters could my sister had my nephew Kendall, and they will tell you firsthand, if I had a party that I wanted to go to, I'm leaving. My nephew was getting babysit by my other sister. Like, I'm going. Like, I would literally sometimes, if I knew that I really wanted to do something on the weekend, I would purposely not go home. So that my sister Tina had to watch Kendall. Yeah. Yeah, I had bad FOMO. So yeah, now that I have a daughter and stuff, like I've learned. And also too, Jacob kind of brought me in a little bit too. Like I was going out all the time before I met him. And
I love that
he's
she
more
goes.
Of a homebody.
Okay. So I love that she's with you though. Like as you're working like in the studio, I have never actually. Yeah. In all my years working in the music industry, I don't think I've had a session like that. And it was so dope. Like the energy was there, but she also like, she was like a little vocal producer in there and harmonizing with you. Like she's like, oh, I like that part. Yeah, yeah. Like telling them play it back like while you're in there. And then she's like, hold on, I need to check on mommy. Like she's just like your little assistant daughter.
I've been bringing her since she was literally a baby. She's been coming to the studio with me, but that's my biggest goal though. I never want her to feel like she's coming second to anything. Like if she can come with, she's coming. Right. Like if it's appropriate for her that's why it was so fun and such a good memory this year for us, just being able to go on tour with her, showing her
how is that?
All these different places and, just doing it all together. It was just really fun as a family. But she's been talking about the Mall of America since we went to Minnesota, because we took her during the day, and they have like roller coasters inside the mall and stuff, and they have like a Nickelodeon section. So she's been talking about. She always talks about
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, she's like, I want to go to Nickelodeon Mall, and we're going back to Minnesota in November, and she's so excited. She keeps saying, like, we're going back to the Nickelodeon Mall. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go back.
What's a typical like mommy and me day, a Toni and Lily day?
Let's think. Lily comes into our room and she bothers the shit out of me, and the first thing she says is, I want to do something fun. And then she says, let's go to the kids club, which is LA Fitness. So she has a friend in there that she really likes to hang out with. Her name is, I'm not gonna say her name, but yeah, she goes to the kids club with me, and she wakes me up and bothers me to do that, which is sometimes annoying when I don't feel like doing it.
But that's like a perfect day with her.
She's like, she's coming and asking me to make her something to eat. And I'm like, go get a yogurt. And she can. So yeah, like honestly, Lily is very independent. And
I saw the cooking videos. I was so impressed with how fast and easily she could crack an egg.
Yeah, she hangs out by herself in her room, like by like a big girl. And she'll come out and she'll be like, what are you doing? And like, you know, but she hangs out a lot, just chilling. And Lily's just at an age now, she's so intelligent that she knows when I am mad already, even in my tone. If I say something a certain way to her, I'm like, Lily, okay. Yeah. She'll be like, Mommy, do you love me? We'll be at the grocery store and she'll just randomly like, Mommy, do you love me? Aww. I'm like, girl, don't say that in front of all these damn people in here. Like you, like I don't know. I'm just like, yes, I love you. What the hell? Or she'll be like, Mommy, am I your daughter? Motherfuckers don't think I stole you. She does it. Like, why would you say that out loud? She's like, am I your daughter?
No,
like,
she does it.
Yeah, she's like, are you my mommy? I'm like,
she just
can
wants
you
to
please?
hear it.
Yeah, I'm like, can you stop?
Words of affirmation is her love language too.
When we lay down at night, that's all she does is she just like holds onto my face and she starts saying to me over and over again, like, you're my bestie, you're my best friend. And she like holds her arm, like, I love you this much, I love you this much. And then Jacob comes in and I'm like, I love daddy more than you. And she'll say, no, I love daddy this more than you. And she like gets mad and stuff. And yeah, it's funny because she chooses me like over Jacob if we're like, come to me or come to dad.
She's a mommy's girl.
But if I go and give Jacob a hug, she'll get mad.
Like she's the only girl.
Yeah, she's like, no. She's like, I don't want him, I want you, but you can't have him either. Yeah, she gets mad.
That's so cute. What is the most surprising thing that you learned about yourself with being a mom?
Shit. I guess how much patience I can have.
Yeah, you surprised me when you said how impatient you are, because you just do it like seamlessly.
Yeah, no, I could be a psychopath. Like when Lily was younger and we would be in the car together and she would just be crying, like it was so annoying. My friend Shan, one time she said to me, oh, Lily's so good in the car. I said, yeah, she never cries. The day after that, it's like, as a mom, you can't say shit like that. Your kids will embarrass you.
Seriously?
The next time, like for months after that, Lily screamed her head off in the car. And I swear to God, there would be times where I'd be like, Lily! Like I would scream like that. And she'd be like, yeah! She'd just scream back.
Just challenge you
I'm like,
back.
oh, okay, well, this isn't even doing anything, so.
You don't have those moments where it's like, oh my God, like, this is really a mini me, and like you feel like it is healing to your inner child?
Oh, yeah. I definitely think that being able to experience this with Lily is definitely doing something for me, just because, you know, I didn't grow up with my mom. So it is nice. And I made a song for Lily that's called The Mom I Never Had. And she asks me to play it for her all the time. And yeah, it's really special to me just to be able to be a mother. Because like I think for me when I was younger and I thought about pregnancy, thought about being a mom and stuff, you know, I used to think the world sucked so bad I didn't want to have kids. But, you know, I told you me and Jacob really felt like we could raise a good human being. But it was just like, I don't know, like.
What shifted that from you guys both being on the same page of like, cool, I love that we're on the same page, we're not having kids, to being some of the greatest parents ever and having Lily? No, seriously, I'm not just saying it. And I've been around a lot of kids and parents like you guys, and the proof is in her. Yeah. Like seeing how bright she shines, how confident she is, how respectful and well-mannered and sure of herself. It's like, so what was that like? Like what shifted that to like, okay, we're having a baby?
I think it was just our love grew stronger for each other, that it must be chemicals. You know, like it must just be the human nature of it taking its toll, that we just felt like we needed to procreate. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, because we did. We shifted. And then, like, it's funny because Jacob's kind of opposite to me. Like, I'm okay with 2, but he's like, if we have 2, we might as well have 7. I'm just like, yeah, but I'm not doing that.
I'm with that.
And then too, which is funny, like, I think back to when I was, after I gave birth, and like I told you, I had the baby at home. So when I gave birth afterwards, Jacob is like, that was so amazing. You did that so easy. I was like,
so did he watch the whole time? Did he hold your hand?
Like, what? No, so it's funny. Like, so leading up to the birth, you know, you have all these birthing classes and you do all this prepping and stuff. And so we would do our birthing class every week. And they would tell us, like, imagine the room. What kind of candles do you want? What smell do you want? What music do you want playing? What do you want your partner doing? What snacks do you want? All this stuff, whatever. And so when I first, like, wrote out, imagined what I wanted my birthing experience to look like, I'm like, I want Jaecob caressing me. I want him telling me that he loves me. Yes. I want the candles. I want the music. When them contractions started picking up, I'm like, nigga, don't even fucking breathe. Get away from me. Actually. Like, literally, like, don't touch me. Don't touch.
Don't look at me. Back up.
Touch. Like, don't even breathe in my direction. And then, like, towards the end of it, when she was finally about to come out, I was in such a euphoric state mentally. Like, I was so high on my own chemicals that I didn't even feel him touching me. I didn't feel him. And then when she came out, he was screaming at the top of his lungs, like, oh my goodness. He was like, it's an alien. And I didn't even know he said any of that until I watched the birth video back. It was crazy. It was like, damn, I didn't hear him say any of that shit.
Wow. How long were you in labor?
Well, so, like, basically I started to have mild contractions, like the feeling of my period was starting, like on the 21st. And so that day I kind of was experiencing like mild, like feelings of early contractions. And then on the 22nd, I was still having some contraction, like basically that night of the 21st, they started to kind of pick up. And then the whole day on the 22nd, I just had like bigger contractions, but they weren't unbearable. Like I still went and got an adjustment at the prenatal chiropractor and stuff.
Oh, what is that like? They just crack everything still with the big old belly?
Yeah.
What do you do with your belly?
They have like you lay on a pillow or like they have like
are you on your side?
Kind of drops down or you're on your side.
Okay.
And they're just kind of helping you, making sure that everything's aligned so that when your bones move, they move to the right place. I feel like that's why I didn't really have too much pain in my lower back.
I've never even like really heard of, like, I don't know, maybe my friends didn't tell me.
I'll put you on when you decide to have a baby. She's awesome. Her name is Dr. Charmaine. She's like in Mid-City.
Cool.
She's a black woman. She's amazing. She made my pregnancy so good at the end.
How long did you do it for?
So I started in the beginning of my pregnancy, but then I was doing it with this lady in Calabasas. I just felt like she was just kind of like upcharging me. Like it would just be like, she'd be like, you have a headache? She'd be like, I can do a headache massage for $40. Like, bitch. like it just felt like she kept trying to upsell me on shit. So I was just like, no, I'm not good with this. I don't want it anymore. So I asked my midwife, hey, do you know any prenatal chiropractors? And she was like, I actually have a really good one. And then she referred me to Dr. Charmaine. And yeah, so she started doing that for me at the last like 7 weeks of my pregnancy. I was going to her, but it was really good because she said she doesn't really recommend you start going until the like beginning of the 3rd trimester anyway. So it was good, and it was amazing. Yeah, I got that adjustment, and then I went back home, and then they really started picking up. And then the night of the 22nd, it was like they were strong. Like I was like laying on the couch, and I was like, "Ooh, this is getting bad." And then the next morning I woke up and then I was laying down in the bed and I felt my water break. And then I like went in the bathroom and then like a bunch of like fluid came out and I took a picture, sent it to my midwife. And I was like, hey, I think my water just broke. And she was like, oh my gosh, yay. She's like, okay, don't go in the bath anymore. Like don't sit in any water. Don't submerge yourself in any water. She was like, I need you to start tracking them, like tracking how far away they are, how long they're lasting. And then in my birthday, oh yeah, my birthday was the next day. So Jaecob left to go get my birthday gift. Of course. So he leaves to go get my birthday gift and my contractions are picking up. By this time it's like 11 o'clock and I'm like on my hands and knees and I'm like calling my midwife and I'm like, when are you going to be here? Because Jaecob just went to go get my birthday gift and I'm just by myself now and I'm just kind of nervous. And I'm like, can you just come and hang out? And she was like, yeah, I'm on my way. So then she gets to my house and then all day I just had bad contractions. Like it was just kind of building up. And then, yeah, Lily came at 8 o'clock at night, like 8:04, I think, 8:07.
Who was all there? Just the 3 of you guys?
Just me and Jaecob and my midwife.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really amazing. And Lily was so amazing. She came out, she didn't cry. She was just looking at me.
And you're in like the pool.
So
she just like swims out.
Yeah, like I'll show you the video after this, but
okay.
I'm on my knees and then like I push her outwards. I just pick her up. And then I showed you part of the video yesterday. But yeah, it was
and
amazing.
Then she smiled a couple days later. Oh my gosh, we have to add that picture in, please, because it's the cutest picture ever.
She's so stinking cute.
We could talk about you being a mom like literally all day because I just love the stories. But I don't want to brush over that you said you grew up without your mom because it surprises me that you grew up without your mom, and I want to know more about it, because it's like, how did you come from that upbringing to be this amazing of a mom? So can we get into more of what did your relationship with your mom look like, and what does not growing up with a mom really mean and look like with you?
Yeah, so for me, I didn't really grow up with my mom at all. It's actually crazy because only a few years ago I found out that, like, I thought that my mom lived with me from when I was born until I was like 6, and then that's when she left. But I learned that I only lived with her for like 14 months. And then I went with my dad, like all my siblings, we all went with my dad. And then she started living with us from like 6 to like almost 8 years old. Like for like a year or so, I want to say she lived with us again. But yeah, my mom's mentally ill. She's been mentally ill my whole life. That was why my dad ended up getting custody of us, because she was having bad episodes and stuff. Yeah, I think for me, not having her was like a big hole. But at the same time, I also had really amazing women in my life. So I don't ever really feel like I lacked that like type of unconditional motherly love from the women in my life. But I just didn't experience it from my own mom. So that was kind of like something that I, like, especially for my sister Tina, that was a harder pill for her to swallow, I think. I don't know. I feel like for me, I missed her and I felt bad for her. But my dad was also so amazing, and I had these other people in my life that I didn't really feel like I was missing out on anything.
Right.
And also, too, I think it would have been different had my mom been like a drug addict or something, because then there would be more built up animosity of feeling like, why would you choose drugs over me?
Right.
You know, I think a lot of kids who have drug addicted parents have that hard sentiment because they don't really understand how deep addiction goes. They just see it as you chose drugs over your family, whatever the case may be. But that wasn't my situation. My mom didn't choose drugs. Her mind was just going bad, and she was not to say that she wasn't aware, but she didn't want to take medication for it. So, yeah, she would say that the medication made her feel bad and all these different things. And so, yeah, I mean, once my dad passed away in 2007, that was harder for me than anything else, losing my dad, because I actually experienced him as, you know, in my childhood. So, and he was an amazing father. So that was harder than anything else, not having him, because then we really didn't have anyone besides my older sister. And so, yeah, Irma became our guardian and everything. And again, I feel so lucky that I had her, because she was so, her love was so unconditional. Like, she really was like, you know, some people will take children in because they want the check, you know, they want the Social Security, they want the whatever the government's going to give them for taking in these kids. Right. My sister never threw it in our face. My sister never made us feel bad about it. My sister never complained how hard it was. She just did it. And she's still, like, to this day, she's the one person that I feel like deserves everything, and she's never asked me for anything. She's never asked me for anything. Wow. So, yeah, she's just amazing. And she's really, she's just always been hardworking and a great role model for me to look up to. My sister's an industrial engineer. She's very intelligent. She's my angel, yeah. So I just got really lucky, I think, even though I didn't have parents and my mom wasn't there, I did have really positive role models as far as women go in my life.
And do you feel like they play an influence to your parenting?
Huge, yeah. Like I think my sister's hospitality and her nurturing of the way that she is, like my family with Irma, the way she is for holidays, like my sister cooks everything. My sister's like she still has that old school in her, you know, like like how my dad's family was. My dad's Italian side, like very big on holidays, and we have the hors d'oeuvres and the fucking the sweets table afterwards, and it's going to be a full spread of everything, you know, and it's going to be a lot of love put into it, and there's going to be tablecloths, and there's going to be themed fucking plates and cutlery, and you know, it's going to be very thoughtful and put into it. So I feel like I take the nurturing side from my sister Irma. I feel like for Mama T, a lot of my like manners and the way that I think about things, my integrity, my babysitter Mama T really instilled a lot of that into me. And then I would say like Beverly, the way that she was so supportive of her daughter, that was like very inspiring to me. And she was always had Jasmine involved in sports and stuff like that. So Yeah, I just think I had a lot of really awesome. And then I also, too, my sister Tina, her being such a girly girl, like Irma's a girly girl, too. So it was like, I got the best of both worlds. Like, yeah, I didn't have a mom, but I had 2 sisters who were like obsessed with showing me how to be a girl, you know? So I knew.
So there was never any lack.
Worlds. And I had my brother, too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really feel like I lacked or missed out on anything. I had a really good childhood. I just didn't have parents.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just even your outlook on that is so positive and inspiring. And like, I love the way you describe them and you talk about them having unconditional love and instilling that in you. Do you feel that now that you are a mother and like you could literally see your creation, has that reshaped your understanding of unconditional love?
Well, yeah, because I think you damn near appreciate them more now because you know how hard it is yourself. You know, like now that I have Lily and I'm 29 and my sister, when she became our guardian, she was only 26 and she already had a son. So it's like she took in 3 people's kids and she already had one of her own. She was only a year into her career job. She's still with that same job still to this day. But at the point that our dad passed, she was only in that career for a year. Even my sister's husband, who she's married to now, they were just starting to date at the time. They had just got like their first apartment together. So even for Mario, like he had to let us in, and like that was, I feel just, yeah, I couldn't imagine all of the struggle and the dynamic and the shift, like the push and the pull between, even for them, for their relationship, how much that must have been, because it's like, yeah, it's just so hard. Like I see people all the time now on social media having these types of debates where it'll be like, am I the asshole for not wanting to be with my husband anymore because he's going to take care of his sister's 4 kids? And it's like, a lot of people wouldn't do it, you know? It's hard. So
she did it with no questions asked.
With no questions asked, and she didn't ever throw it in our face. My sister has never thrown it in our face. She's never been like, I did everything for you. Like, never anything like that.
Wow.
She's always just, you know, like, yeah, when my sister and Mark probably was fucking up, she's probably said some shit like that to them. But she's never said nothing like that to me.
Do you feel like her strength and wisdom guided you through, like, tougher times?
Yes. My sister's really big on perspective, and she's like one of the first people that ever like really helped me change my perspective on certain things when it's not going my way. And even my dad was really big on that. That's why like my first album is called Lemonade, because my dad would always say to me when I was younger, when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. So that was like my, you know, Beyonce. I was first. I love you, my queen. I love you, my queen.
Yo, Toni, I love you. You're hilarious.
I'm just kidding. Don't come for me. I was just joking.
No, but I love it because
my lemonade not even good. Hers is sweet.
The beehive. Keep it cute.
But yeah, so yeah, that was a big reason why I wanted to do that. Just yeah, both of my, like Irma was really big on perspective, and my dad was really big on perspective and stuff too, and just kind of like accepting things for what they are. But yeah, like when it comes to Irma, she always used to help me get through hard shit. Like even when I was in college and I was fucking pissed off and I did not want to be in school anymore and I was so over my coaches and I was literally about to just pack up everything and come home for Christmas break, and then she said to me, you gonna let these people have that much power over you? She said, you gonna let them get under your skin that much? And I was like, oh, you fucking bitch. I was like, no, I have to stay. Yeah. Because I'm not about to let these people think that they pushed me away.
Right. You didn't do something because of anyone else.
Yeah. It's like, okay, now I'm just gonna, she basically just told me like, go into it giving it everything you got. Go so hard at it that they can't even find a reason. Right. And that's what I did, and I enjoyed it more when I actually just put everything to the side and just went hard and like not thought of myself like, oh, they're trying to do this to me. Just go hard. So my sister's amazing. Like honestly, the best. She's amazing. She's amazing. Like I feel bad that people don't have a sister like my sister. Like she's
or sisters at all. I'm like, I grew up with a little brother.
No sisters.
No, because and then I mean that plays a role with just like friendship and your relationships, because I was gonna ask that next, like has through her strength and wisdom and the things that she instilled in you, how did those experiences influence how you show up with Lily?
Well, the funny thing is when I called Irma to tell her that Lily was due on my birthday, the first thing she said was like, good, now you get to see what it's like to raise an Aries. Because I was just like, I was very responsible, but I have a smart mouth. And I was very combative, and I was very
you talk back.
Why? Like, if Irma was like, you can't go. I'm
And
like,
you're
why?
Make it make sense
Why
to
can't
me.
I go? She's like, because you went yesterday. I said, so what? You know, I'd be so mad. She's like, you went out last night. And it's another party tonight, girl.
Is Lily like that?
Yeah, she's a little bit more, like, I'm a little bit more firm in my boundary. I think because my dad was more lenient, it was too far gone for Irma to reel that back in. My dad was very lenient. My dad let us do just about anything we wanted. No flex. Like, we used to be outside of my apartment complex till like 11 o'clock at night when we were like 8 years old, just playing outside. And then my dad would
just
come
like, what's wrong with them?
He would come out and he'd be like, hey guys, he'd be like, Tina, Toni. And then we would come in, but like my dad let us do a lot of, we used to be roaming around our apartment complex. Like we had a lot of freedom. Wow. And cell phones didn't exist yet. So it was like, it's not like he's about to call us.
Right.
But for the year, me and Tina laugh at this sometimes, for the year that my mom had lived with us, we used to get so annoyed actually, because she would be like, y'all need to be home when the street lights come on. And we lived in an apartment complex where the fucking lights came on at 4 o'clock in the summertime.
Oh yeah, so you're like, where that playing at?
We used to run away. She would come out, we lived on the first floor, and she would come out on the balcony and she'd be like, Tina, Toni.
Who was saying this?
My mom, and we would run. We used to be like, oh, she's not fun. I mean, she's not fun. You know, we're just kids. But yeah.
Okay, so your mom came back into your life. Where are you guys at now?
I see her sometimes. I see her every time I go back to Chicago.
And Lily knows her.
She's met her twice now. She met her when I was like, she met her the first time when she was like 9 months maybe. And then she met her again the last time that I saw her, which I can't remember right now.
And how is that? Because even like, you know, you got to play me snippets of the new music that's coming out, and I want to get back to that. But I mean, honestly, I'm sitting here a little surprised. I didn't know that like you really didn't grow up with her, because what you feel when you hear your voice and you're singing is like you're so free. Like, what was the forgiveness process though? Like with her, like not.
I didn't have to forgive her because it wasn't her choice. You know, like I don't have any anger towards her because I know it wasn't her choice. Her mind was not well. It's still not well. Yeah. She's very schizophrenic. So it's like, she's really a prisoner in her own body, which I feel so bad about. You know, that's more so what I feel bad about. I feel bad about that my mom's getting older. I feel bad that my mom is still not doing well. I feel bad that it's just not, it hasn't gotten better. Like it's just been the same for the last 20-something years. So yeah, it's just kind of sad. And I feel bad because like she has 8 grandchildren now. And she doesn't know any of them. Like she's met them, but she doesn't know them. Yeah. I don't know her. I don't know really anything about her.
And I think that's what surprises me the most.
But not most things.
Because you hear so much love behind it too. And I guess because she's your mom, but like I just want to get into that a little more because it's such a beautiful thing how like understanding you are. Like did that just come naturally because you were mature enough to understand like the reality of the situation? Because there's so many other people going through this too, and they have so much built up hate. Like do you think that is coming from like the lack of not understanding, or
I feel like people think that when people have mental illness that they're like intentionally making decisions to hurt them or something,
taking it personal.
But it's not about that. Like my mom, I know that if my mom could, she would be a functioning person in society, and you know she'd be awesome. You know, like from the glimpses of her that I can see and the person that she was, I do think that there's amazing qualities about my mom, but I don't really feel, I don't know. Yeah, I've just always kind of accepted that she's not choosing to be in my life. She just actually can't right now because she mentally doesn't have the capacity.
Do you feel there is any spiritual or emotional lessons that she passed down to you that you find yourself reflecting on as a mother now that you have like your own?
I guess for me, it's more so that I want to be as present as possible with Lily because I didn't have that with her. So that's more so where that stems from for me. But yeah, I don't know. There's not really too many. Again, it's like I don't really know her that well. Like I know things about her, but my mom isn't mentally well enough to have a productive conversation.
To get to know her.
Yeah, because once she starts talking, then she'll say one thing that's true, and then she'll go down a tangent hole and literally start talking about fucking beluga whales. Like, no joke. Like, she'll literally start talking about there's whales underneath the Union Station. Like, she'll start just saying crazy ass shit, and she believes it. Like, she'll say that she owns the buildings that are around. And
how do you deal with that? You just bring it back? Or
I tried to bring it back, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Just kind of like, and then sometimes she gets angry and stuff. So then, yeah, and then she'll like start like cursing people, like cursing out loud, like cursing loud and shit. But like she won't be looking at you. But yeah, she remembers me, which is nice. But I think she still sees me as a little kid.
Yeah.
Because like that's the last time she really saw us.
Your capacity to just love and understand, and like I said, like you seem like a patient person to me because it's so beautiful. It's so inspiring.
Balance. You gotta have balance, because on this other side of the coin is a psychopath. I'm not joking. Like some of the nicest people are the most craziest. And
what's the craziest thing you've done that we could talk about on camera? Let's just go there then. Let's have a balance in this conversation.
I'll tell a fucked up story.
Okay. Is it funny?
Kind of, but not really.
Okay.
When I was in 5th grade, I had a crush on this kid, and he ended up like basically. I can't even tell this story.
Okay.
Long story short, he was my friend. I liked him, but I found out, like, okay, so I can't even tell the whole story because it's fucked up. But anyway, I basically
just mute my mic because I'm gonna be laughing.
I basically told him to come, like, after school. I was like, come, like, hang out by my apartment, like, come by my house. And I thought it would be so funny. I remember because it was June 6, 2006. So it was 666, and everybody was like, it's the devil's birthday.
Oh, my goodness.
And so I told him to come by, and I told him I was going to do a magic trick. And so I told him to close his eyes and count down from 5. And I pretended like I was going to kiss him, and I punched him in the mouth.
Toni.
I know.
How old were you?
In 2006?
Yeah.
I was in 5th grade.
Oh my God. What did he do?
He liked someone else.
What?
He liked someone else. That's what I was mad about. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me.
Oh, no. What did he do after you punched him?
Oh,
did he hit you back?
No.
Okay.
Because I punched him and then I ran.
Yo, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just thought it was funny. I thought I was being cheeky. Like, I didn't realize how hard I punched him. So I punched him, and then I told you I lived on the 1st floor. So I ran in through my back door, and then I came out through this, like, where he was. And he lived up just the hill. Like, he lived just up the hill. And when I came out, there was like blood on the floor, and I was like, "Oh,
Toni.
I'm in trouble." I was like, "I'm about to get in trouble."
Like this guy's all ready to pucker up, and you just hit him right in the kisser.
Yeah. And then so he runs up to his house, and then I'm in my house, and my dad comes home, and I'm like sweating because I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm about to get in trouble. Like something's gonna happen." And then his mom calls my house phone, and my older brother answers, and then she's going off. She's like, your sister punched Andrew in the face. Andrew, sorry. Punched Andrew in the face. All this stuff. And then my dad comes in, and my brother puts my dad on the phone. And my dad's now walking up to me with the phone. And he's like, my dad's angry. His eyes look really big and wide and pissed. And he's walking up to me, and he's like, you like to hit people in the face? He's like smacking me upside my head over and over again.
You're like, yeah.
He's like, you like to hit people in the face? You like to hit people in the face? And I was like, oh fuck,
goodness.
I'm in trouble. And I was like grounded for a little while. But yeah, that's probably one of the more crazier things that I've done to someone.
And nothing.
But I'm just crazy. Like I would say, like when I played basketball, like whenever I went to a neighboring high school's party, like if I went out and I was going out with my friends and we were like at another high school's party and there was girls there that played on the basketball team, they would always be like, oh my God, I thought you were a psycho. Yeah.
Hey,
like,
what would you say? You're
crazy.
like, I am.
I'm like, I am.
Winks.
On the basketball court.
Yeah.
But I'm really nice in person. But when I'm
Right.
playing sports, I want to rip your head off. So yeah, I'm just a little bit crazy. I am. I got bad temper. I'm better now though. Like I haven't screamed really loud in a long time. Like screamed at somebody really
You're
loud.
very like, I love the tone of your voice. It's always.
Yeah. Well, you're meeting the more mature version of me.
I love it. How is?
I'm crazy a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, don't. We love it. The balance. And I mean, honestly, to know that and you being open about it and to experience such the non-crazy side of you, you contain it very, very, very well. Do you feel like you get a big release and part of that balance from your music?
Yeah, music is always, like, I've always really been into poetry, and I've always been into writing. Like, I've always just been very thoughtful, like, wanting to, like, express, and I like puns. I like puns and, like, similes and metaphors and analogies. I love all that kind of shit. I also love psychology. I love, what else? Philosophy. What else? Sociology. I like all that kind of shit. I love to, like, think about the inner workings of people's minds and why people do what they do and all that kind of shit. But what did you ask me?
Oh, no. With music and it being such an outlet for you.
Yeah, so it's always been, yeah. I've always just loved to write, and then I've always loved to write poetry. Like, I was really into poetry. I actually have a really cool poem. I'll find it. Keep talking.
Okay.
I'll show it to you. I made it in 8th grade. It's about my dad.
Do you feel like now that you're a parent, I mean, because you went on a 4-year hiatus, and then you came out with Men Ain't Shit Except for Mine, and now you're a mom, and then you have this amazing relationship with Jaecob. How do you feel that has changed the vibe of your music? And, like, what do you want to say to, like, your fans, too? Because, you know, they're staying loyal to the end, but, like, what's the difference now?
Yeah, so, like, I actually had this concept about 4 years ago, but me and my manager, we were going back and forth about, should I make a love song project, or should I continue with my bread and butter, what people have always expected and loved from me, which is shit talking about men, because people love to feel arrogant, cocky, and I love making people feel that way. It's fun. But at the same time, I think that music is one of the only art forms that when you make music, people want it to resonate with your life. It's not like if you're an author and you write if you write a murder mystery book, people aren't going to assume you're a murderer. Or if you're a director or a movie or a screenwriter and you write a movie about child molesters, people aren't going to think you're a child molester.
Right.
You know, but when you're an artist, when you're singing the music that you're making, people want it to correlate with your personal life, even when it doesn't. You know, like, even if you make a song, it's like almost like with Beyonce when she did Lemonade, it's like they had to build up this story. Who knows till this day if it was actually true, but it sells. You know, people want to believe that Beyonce
music and acting is,
you know, it's like people have a hard time separating the lyrics, the content of the songs from the person's actual personal life.
Yeah, the artist and the person.
Yeah, so yeah, for me it just came a point where I was just kind of like, I want to make music about my actual what's going on right now, so that my fans will know in real time what I'm experiencing. Yeah, I think that being and making this relationship and being with Jaecob and all that, it's just been a blessing. Like, I really do feel lucky. I feel appreciative. I feel like I found a unicorn. He's a really nice person, amazing father, amazing boyfriend, thoughtful, all those things. So yeah, I feel like all the bullshit that I went through before meeting him, it was kind of like,
made it all worth it.
Yeah, it balanced it out. And I do think that all of the fucked up situationships and relationships that I was in before only prepared me to be the best version that I could be for Jaecob, which was like, you know, because I feel like I went through what I needed to experience to be the person that I needed to be for Jaecob.
How long have you guys been together now?
Oh, it'll be 7 years in February.
Wow. How have you guys grown? Like, do you really fall more in love with him each day? Because, like, for you to find your unicorn and 7 years later and to witness the love still so strong, how have you guys grown and the love deepened?
Yeah, I think for us, definitely being parents together and, like, going through this together, especially because we both don't have family here, so we really do have to lean on each other to make it work. And yeah, we've both just grown, I want to say, more with communication. Like, we've gotten better at communicating when we're upset, because we're both the type of people that get really flustered.
So parenting has really strengthened your guys' relationship?
Yeah, I would say us becoming parents together and, like, seeing what our love created, it's just a very special, like, we just feel really grateful. We feel really lucky, you know, that we have Lily. Like, we just feel so lucky. But yeah, I would say, like, just communication has gotten better over the years. We both have mellowed out a little bit more. Jaecob's always been really chill, but he can be crazy like me. We're like one and the same.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're very similar in that way. We're like on the surface, Jaecob seems very, like, chill, relaxed, but he's actually really goofy, silly, and he's kind of annoying sometimes. Yeah, He literally like lives to annoy me. And also something funny that I was thinking about when you were talking about like just masculinity and all that and how it balances out. It balances out by Jaecob just calls me tough guy every day.
Really?
Yeah. I'm joking. It pisses me off. But it's like him saying that is him acknowledging that I kind of have a wall. Like I'm kind of like he reads me. Like he knows that I'm putting up this wall to protect myself, but I'm actually a big baby.
So it's him saying, I see you.
Yeah, he'd be like, hey, tough guy. Like he just says that to me all the time because he knows that I'm not actually tough. I'm a big ass baby.
Walk us through Men Ain't Shit Except for Mine a little bit, and just like the process of that.
So the reason why I chose the title, I think it's funny because my entire discography is mostly me shitting on men. So I thought it would be funny to say like men do suck, but mine doesn't.
Right. Like I still feel that way. Not much has changed except for I have the best guy ever.
Because yeah, like my last album was called Don't Talk to Boys. And so a lot of people, they'd be like, what do you mean don't talk to boys? Like when I wear the shirt or something. And it's like, I'm not saying don't talk to boys. I'm saying talk to men. Talk to emotionally mature men.
But then you talk to men and then you realized
they ain't shit except mine. But yeah, so yeah, that the title is inspired just from that, and I thought it would be funny. But
how long did you work on it?
Oh shit! I mean,
did it take 4 years? And that's why. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
it took me like 4 months.
I'm just kidding.
I started, but I told you I had the idea for a long time.
Yeah.
It just took me a little minute to start getting back into it because I was really self-conscious about my body after I put on a lot of weight.
After having Lily?
Yeah, I was not trying to be on camera. That was like a big thing why I was like not really posting and
so
shit.
it's like to put out music, you know what comes with that. So it was just like, let me just get everything together.
Let me get my shit right because I just wasn't feeling good about myself. Like I would see a video, I'm like, oh, who the fuck is that? Like I remember when I had went, I swear, it was like the craziest reverse body dysmorphia. I swear to God. It's like I didn't realize how much weight I put on until like months went by, and then I was like looking at pictures. I was like, who the fuck is that?
Right, not when you looked in the mirror every day.
Now I look in the mirror. And then also too, like Jaecob, one thing that I love about him is like through my entire like weight fluctuating and having the baby and getting pregnant and all that kind of stuff, and I tore my Achilles, so I couldn't work out for a whole year anyway. He never once made one comment about what I looked like, but I also feel like he just saw me every day. So he wasn't noticing either. And then now...
I feel like you're a little dramatic, though.
Now, shut up. You literally just said last night your face doesn't even look the same.
It didn't, but you still look good. Like you weren't... Like you act like you're obese or something.
I'm not saying
your face
I was
looked
obese.
different,
I'm just
though.
saying that I wasn't used to seeing myself like that.
Yeah.
I'm literally someone who was born with a fucking six-pack. I literally grew up like playing... Like I was never in the house.
Right.
Like I used to have dreams when I was a kid... And I would be playing around. I would be running around my apartment complex, and I would have no shirt on, just muscles. That's how much a little tomboy I thought I was. I was like, I don't need a shirt. And then what's crazy is like my boobs, like because I was so muscular, when my boobs started growing in, the bitches was sitting. They were so like just perky, like sitting there. My sister used to be like, I'm like, girl, you gotta hit the gym.
Yo, Toni, you're the best.
I used to be cracking up too when I was younger. I used to be looking at my boobs in the shower, and I'd be like, are my nipples gonna be cockeyed? Like like when like I would be looking at my nipples, I'm like, am I gonna have cleavage? Like I used to be questioning if I was gonna have cleavage.
Because you had pecs.
And then my sister Tina, she went through puberty in 5th grade, and so like. I was such a tomboy. I started getting scared. I was like, am I going to get my... And then I like learned what the word... Like when people started saying like hermaphrodite, I was like, am I going to... I swear... No, bro, I'm not joking. I literally started thinking like, Tina has boobs already at 5th grade. I already walked in on her. She's got pubes. Where the fuck is my titties at? Like
Tina gonna go back and watch this.
I know. Don't cut these out. Don't put her name. Don't put her name in. She's gonna punch me in the face.
No, shout out to Tina. Tina's a Scorpio, right?
Yeah, she is my Scorpio queen.
Amazing.
But yeah, man, I used to be overthinking everything when I was younger. I used to be like, oh, I don't have boobs. Everybody has boobs, but I don't have boobs. I used to be scared.
Or when you were a baby, you didn't want them, or when you were little, you didn't want them,
well,
and then
yeah.
as you got older, you're like, wait, I take it back.
I used to pray for them.
Really?
Pray. I prayed for my period. I prayed for my period.
And
I was scared.
Now look at you.
Now I'm like, what the fuck was I praying for? Oh, the
That is
funniest
so
thing
funny.
is Lily. It's like, she's been coming in the bathroom with me since she was just a little girl. And
I know she was like, what the are you doing?
She saw the first time she ever like saw me wipe and like saw the blood and stuff. She was like, ew, that's disgusting. I got so
imagine
offended.
Little baby Lily.
Yeah, she was literally like maybe 15 months, and she said that. She said, ew, that's disgusting. I looked at her, I said, you'll have a period one day. And
she's
now
like,
she like fawns over it.
Really?
She's like, I'll have a period one day. I'm like, you ain't gonna be saying that when it comes. Right. You're not gonna be happy. Like she literally like, but yeah, she like said like she knows what tampon and stuff is now, and like she talks about it. She's funny as hell. Yeah, and when I say you'll have a period one day, she'll be like, will Malia have a period one day?
Aww.
Will Zara have a period one day? She starts naming all her friends. Yeah.
So cute. She's really 3 going on 13.
Yes.
So grown, so smart. I could talk to you all day, but
we have to end it.
We do this fun, quick rounds of questions after. But with you, we did Toni Romiti edition.
Okay.
And I did it.
Are you about to scare me?
No, I promise. You know, I wouldn't do you like that. But I did make them like EP questions, so they go with the title of each song because I've listened to it a million times. So I'm like, okay, I could come up with some questions.
Okay, come on, creative genius.
So for Hopeless Romantic, what's your favorite romantic gesture that Jaecob has ever done for you?
Okay, so I guess this isn't like stereotypical of what you would consider romantic, but to me it is. But like when I'm having a lot of anxiety or when I'm like mentally not doing well or just like not dealing with something well, like Jaecob is always like very unwavering, and like he does like, you know what Reiki is?
Yes.
Okay, so his mom used to do that when he was younger, so like he'll like fake do that to me, and he'll say like he'll like talk to me and he'll be like, all of your thoughts, like he'll say all the anxiety is leaving your body, and he'll say that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that to me is nice. Yeah, it makes me feel
Jacob's the best.
He makes me feel very like, yeah, when he's like that, it makes me feel like he's just very thoughtful and caring about my feelings and stuff. So yeah, that to me is romantic.
Well, I mean, the whole album is like basically about Jaecob, so
yeah,
the questions are too. The second track on Men Ain't Shit Except for Mine, Jacob's Interlude. If you could describe Jaecob in 3 words, what would it be?
Loyal, I would say, is like, and not just in a relationship way, like loyal to his friends, to his family, to the people that he really cares about. I would say, what's the word for someone that has a lot of integrity? I don't know what that would be, but
honest,
integrous.
Integrous, new word by Toni Romiti.
Yeah, I would say he has a lot of integrity and fine. He's fine as hell.
Period. That goes perfect.
Yeah, and
I
always tell him how good he looks every day, and he always says, "Stop gassing me up."
Oh, we love a humble man.
He's not humble. He just says that.
He's a Leo. We know.
Yeah, he's like, stroke me. He's like, tell me everything.
That goes with track number 3. I Just Want You. What's something Jaecob knows about you that makes you feel most seen and desired?
Shit. Well, he's the only person that I've ever been with that's ever met my mom. So that was a really special experience for us. And it was funny because when she met him, Jaecob gave her a hug, and Jaecob was, he was like, my mom was like, I'm sorry for hugging your husband like that.
Right, like,
and I was like, what?
He's so fine too.
And then my brother was like, oh, he's pretty good looking, huh? And then she was like, yeah, he's pretty cute. I was like, what the fuck?
You're like, okay, mom.
Yeah, it's just
back
also
away.
funny too, the age, like my mom is older, so she had me when she was 39. So it's just like funny, the age that my mom is, she's in that generation of like, if you have a baby with someone, then you're married. So like, she's just automatically calling Jaecob my husband, which was funny. Like we both were kind of laughing because she was like, I'm sorry for hugging your husband like that. I was like, girl. But yeah, I guess that's not 100% answering your question, but it is very special for me for Jaecob to have met my mom. And I also just love the way that he is with my mom.
What is the absolute one thing that Jaecob could talk about or do that you can never get tired of?
I mean, honestly, me and Jaecob are very like big conspiracy theorist type people.
Really?
So
you guys can go on and on all day.
Yeah.
Track number 5, talk about it. What is your favorite and least favorite subject to talk about with Jaecob?
When we first got together, probably like Russell Westbrook stuff. Yeah. Now,
he's a big fan.
Now that I'm older and that, you know, I'm less like, it's not as deep to me about arguments because I was very argumentative in general. Like, because I'm a debater, you know? And like, that's something too that I feel like as we've gotten older, we've realized that we can disagree on shit and it's not the end of the world, you know? Like, and also too, because I feel like the word argument is a trigger word for a lot of people, when there's nothing wrong with arguments. You just need to learn how to argue in a communicative, healthy way, and then it's okay. But yeah, anything that had to do with like Russell Westbrook and
That's
stuff,
your least.
when we were younger. Now it's not really like too many things that we can't talk about. But yeah, that used to annoy me a little bit when we were younger, because I used to be like, oh, also, yeah, that would probably be the best one.
And what's your favorite?
The best thing that we talk about?
Yes, your favorite subject. Like when it comes up, it's like, oh yeah, besides the conspiracy theory, since we already did that.
Probably like talking about different goals and dreams and like aspirations that we have and things that we want to do. That's fun. I like talking about that kind of stuff, because Jaecob is very innovative, and he's a big thinker. He thinks about a lot of really cool things. He has really good ideas. Right. Like Jaecob literally was telling me to make like these "Don't Talk to Boys" face masks like a year before COVID ever happened.
Wow.
Yeah, because he was like, all the dancers like them. He's like, you know, people would still wear them. It would just be a different group of people that would wear them. So just imagine if I actually had them ready when COVID dropped. Yeah. I already got masks, guys. Come on over here.
Exactly. No, they would have sold out the way people was acting crazy. Okay, the last and final one. My favorite song on Men Ain't Shit Except for Mine. Track 6, You're the One. So, you know, Lily's my favorite out of the three of you guys. But so I had to make this question about her. But I still included you guys. What is your favorite one quality Lily got from you and got from Jaecob?
Well, I feel like Lily has Jacob's silliness, like his playfulness, his goofiness, his like constant goofiness. She's very silly like him. She even does like this little like ha 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 like, laugh that Jaecob does when he's fucking around. So I would probably say like his silliness and stuff. And I feel like she gets her affection like from both of us, because we're both very affectionate. And then I would say that she gets her, what did she get from me? Probably her outspokenness, the way she kind of just like diarrhea at the mouth.
And confidence.
Yeah, confidence. But I feel like me and Jaecob both give her that. Yeah. Like we help her be confident and help her do that. But yeah.
I love that. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful journey. It has truly been inspiring learning all this stuff about you. I'm like, I thought I learned so much yesterday, but even more today about your love for Jaecob, your experience with motherhood, and incredible wisdom you've gained along the way. Your new EP, Men Ain't Shit Except for Mine, and not only just showcases your artistry, but also your authentic voice in relationships. As we wrap up, is there anything you like to share? Last final messages for I actually came up with a name. Tell me if you like it. Okay. For the Soul Cync fans. Soulmates.
Oh, that's nice.
It's kind of cute, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Any last words for our soulmates?
I love that.
They got to sync with us.
I love that.
They got to tap into your energy.
Yeah. I would like to say thank you so much to Shania for having me on. It's been a pleasure. This was a really good conversation. Also, shout out to Jay Uncut. He executively produced Men Ain't Shit Except Mine, and just want to make sure I get that out there, because the last couple podcasts I forgot to give him a shout out. Let me think about what else. Yeah, go get it. Support independent artists. I'm an independent artist. If you
tell them where to buy it.
Oh, you can buy it on this platform. This platform called Even. It's pretty cool. You can there's also like t-shirt bundles and stuff like that if you want to buy merch from the website, but you can buy it for $10 directly from me, which is awesome. Or you can go and stream it, which is cool too, but you know, pay it to me.
Well, I'm so excited to hear everybody's feedback, and I would love to have you back. I literally can't wait, and we're not even done filming yet.
I talked so much about my mom. I'm feeling anxious. Please don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
No, it was truly.
'Cause it can get ugly.
I love it. Thank you guys so much. This is Soul Cync with Shania Kelly. See you guys later. Bye.